So for setting up the rule sets, let's first set up for the idle from crouching. If I double click on this, it's going to come in here. Now, what we want to do is we want to set up the rule. What should happen when, I'll double click on that. I think I lost it. What should happen when should it enter the transition? When should it enter the crouch transition? So for that, we have this variable handy. So we're going to get this variable first. Okay, going to get this variable, and then we going to look for equal to, or you can just say equal boolean, or you can just type in the word equal and that's going to pop up. Now our condition is if this is going to be equal to true, then I can enter the transition here. Okay, I'll just bring this guy down like that. All right, so it's as simple as that, and compile that, and of course it's going to give me issues. I can go back to walk and run. Okay, so if I double click this, I think we set it up the wrong way. Out here, this will be whether the S crouching is false. Okay, so I'm going to uncheck this, and then I can compile it, and then it can enter the transition. This would be from crouching to idle. Now we have to do that for idle to crouching. We got it the wrong way. We got it the other way around. So I'm going to double click this, and I'll do the same thing. I'll bring the crouching in, get S crouching, and I'll look for equal to boolean, and now this will be connected to this, and maybe I can just bring this down, and this will be checked true. And now you can see that this warning is down to 2 now, and come back to our walk run. So now we have this set up, and you can see that if we hover over this, it says the condition or the transition rule is crouching equals false, and this is crouching equals true. Do the same thing for is crouching for crouching to walk run. So if it's false, and out here, and we get the is crouching, and go back here, and we say equal to, and this would be false again because this is going back from crouch to whatever state that is walk and run, and compile that. This should be down to 1, and go back here, and if you hover over this, and yes, that's true, that's right. And you can also hover over this, and you can see that if its speed is greater than equal to idle to run threshold, and this speed is less than equal to idle to run threshold, and this should be where our is crouching, we check whether it's true or not, and not false. Okay, I'll say equal to check this first so that I don't forget, and then connect these guys, and again bring this a bit down so that it's on the same line. I think that should be good. Now if I compile, this warning should also go away, and you can see that all the warnings are out now. Great. So we have taken care of that. I'm going to save this. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to save all just in case. And now let it save. And once it's done, I'm going to hit play. Okay. So now we are running at speed 600. And now when I hit shift, he's going to go down. And I release it, he's going to go back up. So now you can see that he's crouching. And now if I walk, and he's going to walk in a different way. And of course, I can shoot while I'm crouching, and I can get up, and I can also see that the walk speed has relatively come down. And again, if I release my shift key, and I can start running, and then again I hit my shift key, and I'm crouching. Okay, so that's exactly what we are trying to do, and we accomplished that. And it's decent. Of course, this thing is still bothering me. So you know what? I'm going to go back to my third person character, go to the viewport. Let's see, not here, but I think I should be going over to the walk run blend space, not the blend space. Let's go back to my skeleton, and if I look at my weapon attach, if I go to my, I right click, and no, weapon attach, right click, add preview asset, and not add preview asset, but let's see, if I right click, remove selected, remove children, nope, add preview asset, nope. Let's see, I think it should be somewhere out here. If I right click here and add virtual bone, add preview asset, I think no. If I look into my walk run blend space and preview base pose, I think this should be, if I look into the skeleton tree, And if I click here, let's see the preview base settings and walk, run, blend space, the animation mode. Let's look at this and let's look for, I think this should be good. And if I click on that, if I say add preview asset, no. If I go back here and if I look at my asset, that is AK-47, no, this one, the preview asset attached. I can look at the details here and it's giving me all of these values, and I think I should move this here and back here, or maybe out here, no, back here like this. Okay, and if I save that, go back here, and if I look at play, I think that's also good enough. Maybe I'll just move it a little bit down. So go back to my soldier skeleton and go to my not there, out here, soldier walk, yeah, the blend space, and I'll just move this a little bit down like this. Okay, and I don't know if I should let's say I'll say 1 1 and 1, so that's huge, right? So I'll say I'll bring it down like this, and I'll say 0.5 0.5 and 0.5. That's also big, so I'll say 0.3 0.3 and 0.3, or maybe 0.4 0.4 0.4 0.4, nope, 0.35 0.35 0.35. This is all completely trial and error. You might end up spending a lot of time, but if I get this right, then you can simply copy the value and save some time for yourself. And I'll just look at it from this side. I hope it's looking, I don't know, maybe down. Yes, like this. I think that should be enough. And there you go. And okay, and okay, and let's see. I'll just save this and I'll try and play. Come on. Go back to this. Go back to the soldier. No, blend space, and move this guy down. I think I can see this gap here. That's his hand. There you go. And now I should not see the gap. Let's see. Play. Yep, I think I'm good with that. And I'm shooting, and it's fine. If I crouch and I shoot, and if I crouch, move, and shoot, I'm also doing that. I'm also able to do that. That's great. So our next step is going to be, I mean, further down, if I right click, it should help me. It should enable aiming through the iron sight. Okay. So far it's looking good. Okay. I'm going to right click. That's great. So now we finished that part where the crouching part is done. So let's move on with our next parts. Okay. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.